What's up, everybody? Matt Modi here with Jedi Modi Sports Network, and I'm here to give you a Thursday night football betting preview between the Chiefs and the Broncos game. I have 3 picks total for you guys to lock in, 1 play on the main line and 2 player props. But before we can get into Thursday night football, we have to do a recap from Monday night football. Wish we didn't have to. Monday night football was terrible. I gave out 3 picks on my YouTube channel for Monday Night Football. I went 0-3. These primetime games have been killing me. So if you want to start fading me, I wouldn't blame you. But for Monday Night Football, again, as I mentioned, I gave out 3. Packers money line. Turns out Jordan Love is terrible. My player props, I had Devontae Adams over 6.5 receptions. He only had 1 target in the first half. He was out-targeted by Josh Jacobs in this game. Then I had Jaden Reed over 33.5 receiving yards. That didn't hit. Again, see, Jordan Love stinks. Hopefully we can turn things around for Thursday night. As I mentioned, I have another 3 picks for you guys, and let's chat about it. So the first play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is the under 48.5. This is at minus 115 odds at BetMGM. Now, before I get into anything, I do want to say this is a positive expected value play. Every play I give out on my YouTube channel is positive EV. I use a lot of different sources for this. For this specific play, it was from OddsJam. And I get into the actual play that it can be scary taking an under A in a game that the Chiefs are playing, and B, a game in which the Broncos are playing defense because they have the worst defense in the NFL. But I gotta say, the Chiefs offense isn't quite as good as what we're used to seeing basically in the entire Patrick Mahomes era. Now, do not hear what I'm not saying. I am not telling you that the Chiefs offense is bad, not by any means. What I am saying is that they haven't been quite as good as what we are used to seeing. They're ranked 6th. They have the 6th best offense in the NFL according to DVOA, which for a lot of teams would be very happy with the 6th best offense. For the Chiefs, they've basically had the best offense for 5 years straight. So 6th is actually a downswing for them. And when you look at some raw stats, it makes sense. They've only scored over 27 points 1 time so far this year, 1 time in 5 games, and that was against the Bears. The Bears defense stinks, granted, so does the Broncos. So yeah, they could put up another 40 burger easily. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just not counting on that. In that game against the Bears, the Bears turned it over twice in their own territory to the Chiefs. So sure, yes, Russell Wilson is also capable of doing that as well. It's not something you can necessarily rely on. What's more likely is that they probably have a good game, but just don't put up quite the firepower that we're used to. Not only that, but Travis Kelce is also banged up, which isn't great. He's probably going to play, but even if he's a little bit hobbled, it's going to be tough for the Chiefs offense. And then on the other side of the ball, the Chiefs defense has been pretty good. Again, it's all relative to expectations. Right now, the Chiefs have the 11th best defense in the NFL. 11th best for the Chiefs is really, really good, considering, again, pretty much every year under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they've had one of the worst defenses. Now, they're pretty good. The most points that the Chiefs defense has allowed all year was 21. That was to the Lions, who have the 4th best offense in the NFL. Now, if you look at raw stats, you say, well, the Broncos offense is good. They've been putting up a lot of points. That's actually not the case when you look at the advanced statistics. They're a below average offense pretty much by any statistical measure you look at. DVOA has them below average. Russell Wilson specifically, like success rate, DVOA, PFF, all has him as a below average quarterback. Even if the Chiefs get to 30 points in this one, I would not be surprised at all if the Broncos only scored in the teens. So I do like the under quite a bit in this one, under 48.5. I'd also take the 48 if the odds change by the time you're watching this, but I got the 48.5, so that's what we're going to be tracking. Next up, I have 2 player props for you guys to lock in, and we're actually going to ladder the same player. I'm putting 1 unit on Marvin Mims over 16.5 receiving yards. This is at minus 113 odds at Caesars, and I'm also laddering it, and I'm taking Marvin Mims to have 40 plus receiving yards. This is at plus 330 odds on DraftKings. Now, if you want to only tail one of these, I would actually probably suggest the laddered one, the 40 plus at plus 330. That's a half unit play, so definitely make sure to unit size down. I will officially be tracking both because I like taking the main line along with laddering it, and I'll unit size up the main line. So if that hits but the ladder doesn't, we are at least still profitable. Now, of course, if If neither hit, then we're screwed. But obviously, that's not what we're hoping for. But if you had to take one, if you say, Matt, which one should I take? I'd probably say the laddered one. But again, I'm tracking both. The logic being why we're laddering it, every time Marvin Mims has gone over 16 and a half receiving yards, he's had 40 plus. And he's done that in 3 of 5 games so far this year. The concern and why this one is also scary is he doesn't have the volume. He does it not by volume, but by explosiveness. All this research that I'm about to give you is via props.cash. If you don't have props.cash, amazing tool. If you sign up, use promo code MODI25 as that helps me out a ton. But overall in the entire year through 5 games, Marvin Mims has 3 receptions of 40 plus yards, and he has 5 receptions of 20 plus yards. So, like I said, he's a deep threat. And he's one of those players where he could literally hit this on the first drive in one play. Now, last game was not his game. He only had 1 target, but he still did play 58% of the snaps. So he was at least on the field. In that game, they played the Jets. Very good defense. Better than the Chiefs defense. And Russell Wilson only attempted 2 passes that were beyond 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. That's the lowest that he's had in any other game so far this year. So he's probably going to air it out more in this game than he did last game. And for what it's worth, props.cash projects him to have 46 receiving yards. That is right within the ladder number. Hopefully that comes to fruition. We can cash both of these, get ourselves back into the winning ways. And that's all I got. So 3 plays for you guys to lock in. If you're riding with me, comment and let me know. If you see how much I've been struggling and you're fading me, that's also fine. You can comment and let me know. Other than that, I would appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have a good one.